Hello, everybody. Hello there, you could say. We are back. Yes, we are back at it for the Bad Batch. And you know what? This batch of episodes have actually been really good. I want to thank Zach, Zach of the Clones, or could also be referred to as the Empire Strikes Zach. Are you okay? Did they hit you
Oh,
hard?
that's a good one too. You just have all the good ones. That's a good
But
one.
I don't have a new one for me, so that's why I'm just the puppet menace. But it's fine. It's fine. I
I'll
will.
get my people on that. I'll get my
Oh,
people on that.
okay. We'll same time next week. But we are back for episode 4. I believe it's called Cornered. Um,
Best
just initial
episode so
takes.
far.
I just want to say that this episode was great. It wasn't good. It was great.
Absolutely. Best one so far. You had action, you had humor, you had characters that were coming in from all these other places, recurring characters. It was fun. It was a blast.
Yeah. Well, one of the top things talked about whenever this show was announced and the trailer was shown was the fact that Finnick Shand, she was returning, played by the lovely Ming-Na, and she does return and she voices herself. And I have to say, this animation is spectacular. It really is, because I could absolutely tell. Yeah, that's her.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, absolutely. And she ages in the Star Wars universe just like she ages in the Agents of Shield universe. It's like
Exactly the same
which is
all
to
the
say she
time.
does not age at all.
She is a lovely woman indeed. Just to give the initial plot to everybody. Basically, this is set on Pantora. They are landing because they have to scramble their codes because the Empire has put them on a wanted list. Put them on a wanted list. So
Who would
on
have thought
Pandora,
that if you desert, they send people after you? Who would have thought that? I thought
yeah, you desert the. I don't even know why they're not going to be using clones much longer, but we're not supposed to know that. So, but it seems that a bounty hunter, Finnick Shand, is after them. We don't know exactly who has hired her. I imagine it might be the Empire, but it could also be Camino. We will have to wait and see. But she lands on Pentor as well. There's this kind of smarmy guy there. I expected her to kill him after he failed to keep them on the planet, but she doesn't. She wants to keep it open because that way she's been hired long term to track them down, I guess. Shenanigans happen. Nobody seriously dies, but the violence is amazing because you don't expect it. I'm not a violent puppet, believe me. But whenever there's this one moment where they're on the main hover street, I suppose you could call it, and she lands on this one car, speeder, and she just takes the driver, chucks him out the window, and just sits
Yep,
down and takes over.
that guy's dead.
Oh
Rip.
yeah, no, there's no way he survived. At one point, her vehicle ends up crashing, and she is close enough to the ground she can hop off and roll to save herself. That guy, he's dead.
Also, I don't know. I might have to go rewatch it just to see if my eyes weren't playing tricks on me. That guy she throws off the speeder when she steals his ride, pretty sure that's the same. Like, he looks the same. He looks identical to the guy that Hunter steals the speeder bike from. Like, the character model, that as I'm remembering it, that character looked identical to the other guy. So either he got in a speeder and tried to get his speeder bike back, or he has a twin brother out there hovering around.
Well, sometimes with animations, they have to cut corners somewhere,
Oh,
and I guess
absolutely.
nobody thought they'd notice. I'll take a look at that too, because that was something I didn't notice. I was just too shocked by the fact that she threw the guy outside of the window. I mean, I didn't expect this. This is a kid's show.
When Fast and Furious meets Star Wars, we get great things.
Oh yes, actually, with Solo, a Star Wars story, I was kind of hoping with something like that. There's this one clip. I know to going off topic here, but there's one clip within that trailer, and that's when Han and Kira, I believe her name is, they're in the speeder and they're going down the streets, and she makes some kind of comment and he jokes. But I was down for some speeder chases, man. I was ready for it.
I was liking that whole first action shot, that whole chase scene. I was hoping that there would be like an oil tanker coming by, like a Star Wars version of oil tanker, and he would have to slide and skid right under it.
Oh yeah.
Some people will think that's Star Wars heresy, I'm saying, but I think it would have been fun to see.
Oh no, I can't deny that. Those little things help build up the action, pump it right up. As for going back to the actual episode, there's not a lot of really character growth, I suppose we should say, because it's just going off of what we already know. Hunter's going to look after Omega. Omega's going to cause some kind of trouble somewhere, and it's not completely her fault, even though it's a little. She's still a kid. Okay.
Well, puppies and kids, man. I mean, what are you gonna do?
They always cause trouble, but we have to love them anyway. However, we do know that Omega, she really, really doesn't want to hide out. Because that's when they start this episode, they talk about, okay, we need to hide out somewhere. They don't have the fuel to get to where they need to. I guess they will in this next episode. But she doesn't want to stay somewhere. She wants to go and explore. And Hunter explains, no, we can't really. But Pantora obviously sets things in a different direction because they need fuel. But it really does build up. That's some of the weaker points. But when you're talking about a television series, even if it's just a season, that's 16 episodes of things to fill out. Mm-hmm. And if this is the kind of filler we can expect, give it to me. I really did enjoy it. This isn't pointless drama. You feel the stakes. There's a lot. I was really worried for one moment when Wrecker went over to they're in like the maintenance tunnels underneath the city, mm-hmm. and Wrecker's like, "Oh, I'm going to deal with her," and she just steps aside. His head bangs into like a pipe, and he gets knocked out. And she's absolutely smart. From her performance in Mandalorian, there's only one difference between this and her performance in The Mandalorian. She has her stomach.
She is not yet part cyborg.
Indeed.
Yeah, and she's honestly, I like her approach as to the other bounty hunters like Boba or Greedo or whoever, because like you said, the guy, I guess he's like the guy who runs the spaceport or whatever. She could have killed him at the end of the episode. That's kind of what I was waiting to see, because that's what we think every other bounty hunter would do. But no, she's like thinking 3 steps ahead. Like, hey, if they come back through, I'm going to need you to call me back. So that was kind of neat. I kind of like seeing that. It's like, hey, there's more than one kind of bounty hunter out there. Okay.
Yeah. She definitely uses her head, and makes Wrecker use his own too. But overall, I'm just excited. I'm really jazzed up after seeing that. I want more. It's really hard when we live in this day and age where we can turn on a series on Netflix and just binge the whole thing in one go. Sitting down and waiting every week is really difficult. But
like Castlevania.
Mm-hmm. But they keep it to a point where we can be hyped up and want to come back. And I absolutely do. There's only one more thing that we really have to mention. Mr. Zack of the Clones.
Yes.
Dave Filoni has been, I suppose he's been given a promotion he is now the chief entertainment officer, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, some really big, fancy sounding title. Sounds high up the totem pole. So
so
tip my hat to him.
what it reads to me is that creative control for the future of Star Wars, at least in the films and TV vein, anyway, is really going to be pushed towards him because he is, if he is in charge of the entertainment, the media that we are consuming, then I think we're in good hands. This is
I
the
think so
closest
too.
we can get to George Lucas coming back and stepping in, because this is basically George Lucas's apprentice, honestly.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And let's be real here. His stuff, his contributions to Star Wars is the stuff that people are jazzed about. It's what's getting talked about, what's getting clicks. You don't see the High Republic books. They're not getting hardly any recognition.
Yeah.
This and Mandalorian, and Ahsoka when that comes out, or Boba Fett when that comes out, and he's doing a really great job, I think, because I think even Bad Batch is going to do the same thing, where they all kind of mesh together into the Filoni verse, John Favreau, the Filoni Favreau verse. So I agree with you, though. I think he's going to do good with it. I'm hopeful. So
Yeah, I've got my hopes up, and you know what really helps this show, and I'm going to make a bold statement right here. I know that this is going to be very controversial. 4 episodes in, I am more sold on this than I was for The Mandalorian.
wow.
Just in how we are already connecting to the characters, I'm just sold. I know Baby Yoda was very cute, and every time I see him, I'm like, oh, that's Baby Yoda. Yeah. But here, just with the story that's still being developed and the characters that we have, I'm sold. I am absolutely sold.
Yeah, I'm liking it. It's one of the few stories we have that it kind of is right after. It's in that sweet spot. I have that sweet spot. My favorite era is right between 3 and 4. It's like the Empire is rising, the Rebels are going to be starting soon, but we're kind of right before that. I'm digging it. I'm liking the characters a lot. Whether they're older characters like Fennec or even Cutter, who we saw 2 episodes back. I'm really liking these new characters. Omega's still growing on me a little bit. It's a slow growth. It's slow but steady. But the rest of them, Echo, I'm really liking Echo a lot. My love for Echo has gone up a lot since Clone Wars. This is the best episode for Echo so far, in my opinion. His whole thing, even before he gets to where Hunter trades him off as a droid, when they're like getting ready to leave, and Hunter's like, okay, we're going to go get supplies quick and easy. And I think Wrecker, y'all don't look suspicious or anything like that. And Echo's like, not when I look like this. And he brings the mask down. And it's like, it's kind of a meta joke, because if you look at like the like early Star Wars, like the Cantina or some of the scenes, like you just have all those aliens and people that just are dressed in these weird, wacky outfits, and then there's Echo. It's like, yeah, of course nobody's gonna mind him.
Yeah,
So
he does really look like a droid, which is why he was offered a sale.
sold off for 3,000 credits.
He was definitely worth the 4.
He was
At least 35. I mean, come on, be fair. But he got out, and he had a minor droid revolution there, but it was really
little
really
mini good. One, little mini revolution.
Just a mini revolution, nothing to worry about. It was fun, and that's one of the main things that I love. I love having fun with Star Wars again. That's a key that just hasn't been tapped into for a while. Even with The Mandalorian, I did love it. It's not as fun as this is currently, I feel.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, because Mando is far more serious. but this is delving into some serious business. You feel the weight that Hunter's feeling every time that Omega just strays off a little bit. Where's the kid? Where is he?
Yeah. Oh, exactly. He's finding out being a single dad is not fun. Not fun.
I don't think Wrecker would appreciate that. He's doing his best.
That's right. He's doing his best, his Uncle Joey, Uncle Wrecker impersonation. So yeah.
So other than that, all I can say is that I'm just excited and I want to keep going, and we will. I want to thank everybody who is going to be watching this afterwards for watching this video. If you made it to the end, that's just great. That's just great. Please stick around and keep doing that. Zach, I believe, is going to stick around with us for this series, and currently this is where he is stationed. So welcome to the I Love Puppets crew, sir.
Thank you, Emperor Puppetine. Glad to be here.
There you go. You get one.
There you go. Just don't electrocute me.
No.
Okay.
But for those who made it to the end of this video, please make sure to like it. YouTube is trying to keep the puppets down. We need a big revolution here, and we need to rise up against YouTube. They're trying to keep the little guy down. You know, I'm not that tall.
He's not. He's on a soapbox. He's on like 3 soapboxes probably. That's why we're at the same.
It's 2.5. Come on.
Oh, okay, 2.5. Sorry.
Also, one last thing for the people watching. Leave a comment. You've heard our opinions on the Bad Batch. If you have opinions, or even if you haven't watched it yet and you're still deciding, based off the information, doesn't interest you, let us know. We want to hear more. Community is everything here on I Love Puppets. And so, one last thing. Speaking for Zach and myself, thank you one last time for checking us out. We will see you next week for the Bad Batch. And farewell, and may the Force be with you. Bye!